Now, one of the most prestigious all-girls schools in Australia is Frensham in Mittagong. And last Friday was Parents' Day. It is a boarding school primarily, and so parents would have come from all around New South Wales, possibly around Australia, to see their girls and to maybe pick them up for the final day. They would have been surprised to have been met with protests at Frensham, which is a very rare thing. Maree Tynan was one of the protesters and joins us now here at ABC Illawarra. G'day, Maree.
Good morning, Nick.
What was happening on Friday as far as you're concerned?
Well, the development at Frensham has been extremely disappointing, and we have tried in every way possible to communicate and to have consultation with the board and the leaders of the school.
Well, let's just go back to the beginnings, Maree, if you don't mind. What is the development?
The development is to destroy almost 250 trees and some very precious ecological areas within the Lower Holt, a truly beautiful area. And it is the home of platypus, wisdoms of wombats, echidnas, birds, bats, insects. It's all interlocked, of course, and it's a very natural environment. It's been cared for and loved by the school and the community since its foundation well over 100 years ago. And the school is now attempting to destroy a large part of that environment right next to the Natai River, which makes it even more sensitive, and to build so-called eco-lodges, or accommodation for students, in other words, to study the environment. Really, it is so extremely disappointing that anyone would expect in a school of the reputation of Frensham that has a proud history of caring for the environment and indeed promoting it on their website, to destroy an environment in the name of so-called environmental education. It's a contradiction.
Right, so your position is that they're destroying environment to study the environment?
Yes. It really doesn't make any sense. We've tried to see the logic. We've studied the planning proposals with enormous care. This is a community that is thoughtful, educated, and cares for its environment. And in the past, the founder of the school and indeed many staff of the school and parents and students over the years have worked closely with the community and indeed included the community in everything that's happened there. But that's changed, and it's very sad. And we felt that we needed to get the message through to the parents in particular. I believe the girls are probably more in touch with what's happening in the world than the current leadership, because everybody knows that schools in the 21st century are doing everything possible to protect the environment, to improve degraded areas, and to really do their best to make a positive difference. In fact, the school's motto is, "In love, serve one another." And I do believe that in establishing that motto for the school, they were talking about the wider world. Yes, of course, the school community, but the wider community, the environment, etc. And we saw that modelled, and I'd like to see them model really ethical behaviours with regard to the environment in the 21st century.
Right, so they're building eco-cabins. Are these for staying overnight? Will they be something that other people can hire? Do you know much about the purpose of them?
Well, we're unsure about that because of the lack of communication. We're told that the groups of girls will be taken down for a term each year to stay there and then walk back to the school for dining facilities and music facilities and other educational, that's the full curriculum. It's 6 student cabins, they're single story, and 2 staff cabins, and a multi-purpose hall. But it really is a huge area because of fire risk. So the RFS requirements require a massive land clearing, much of it in perpetuity, I might add.
Okay, so to cope with the fact that people might be staying within this bushland, they have to clear even more so the trucks can get through to it? Is that what you mean?
Yes, that's right, and so that it can be protected during fire emergencies, etc. Now, the thing is, the girls have beautiful accommodation where they are, and it's a very short walk to the area where they want to build these cabins. I really cannot see the sense of it. Other schools would give a great deal to have such a resource, such a marvellous, precious resource on their doorsteps. Schools must lead in environment and sustainable practices these days, and many of them drive students miles and miles, hire buses to take students to see such an area, to work in such areas, to help repair and restore such areas. Other schools have actually spent a fortune on buying areas in bushland settings. Frensham is there in hundreds of, it's a really huge and superbly beautiful campus. And it seems amazing that having this asset, they are going to destroy part of it when there is absolutely no need. The girls are surrounded by beautiful environments, very short walks. I mean, we're not talking about kilometres. We're talking about, a couple of hundred metres to be in the midst of this superb area.
Okay, Maree, I want to read you a text which I've just got from Tristan at Kangaloon, which probably asks some questions from the other side of the equation. It says, to the protesters, I say this: if your intent was to spoil Year 12 final prayers, you did not. If it was to gain support, you did not. Be grateful the land is owned by a school and not developers intending to clear the land for a housing subdivision. That's from Tristan at Kangaloon.
Nick, we had no intention of spoiling anything for the girls, and indeed we didn't.
Okay, but to that final point, it is owned by the school. They're doing what is legal, and if a developer owned it, it could be another subdivision, as Tristan mentions. Is this at least sympathetic to that land?
No, really, I don't see that as an argument at all. In fact, I think it's very sad that the school leadership is putting the school on the wrong side of this environmental debate. They are the ones actually putting the school on the side. It looks as though, to me, they're taking Frensham into the territory that it should be avoiding at all costs. That's environmental destruction, and that is the territory of unethical developers. And I would have thought that that's exactly the sort of message that the school would be avoiding at all costs. I can't understand it. And I can assure you, we spoilt nothing on Friday. This is a group of concerned residents. We were quiet, we were respectful.
I seem to have lost Maree there. I don't know what's happened to her phone line, but I think she certainly made a point. Thank you very much. ABC Illawarra Mornings is where you are. This is Nick Rheinberger. Thanks for being part of our program this morning.